Hey, beautiful souls. So, what's the difference between seeing a therapist for mental health versus seeing a life coach? Back in 2022 is when I started kind of exploring the concept of going to see a therapist and then also a life coach, consequently, more this year. So, now that I've kind of had that experience, I kind of want to just talk a little bit about my journey through that and kind of what it's been like for me. So, why did I go see it? Why did I look up a therapist? So at the time I had just gotten out of a job that was really difficult and had been very stressful for me. I had a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress from it. And so I wanted to see a therapist to be able to work through, just some of the challenges that I had with it, along with just other challenges I was facing in life, and kind of see what it was all about, because I had never seen a therapist before. So it was just kind of like a journey that I wanted to explore in my self-improvement. That was really good. I got in contact with my therapist, went to a bunch of sessions, and I probably can go into another video about like some of the learnings from it, but kind of want to just talk high level about kind of the difference between therapy and life coaching. So we went through a lot of, basically we talk about how I'm feeling, what's going on for me. And I learned and realized that, they're really professional listeners. At the end of the day, they help you feel valid. My therapist ended up helping me feel really validated, from my perspective as I shared, situations that had concerned me. So that was really helpful for me to kind of get that validation, know that I wasn't, necessarily crazy for kind of having a certain perspective. And, it became easier for me to then, kind of let go of some of those frustrating moments in the past that, while you can do your best to let go, being able to talk it through and have someone really validate how you're feeling and your perspective from that event can be super helpful. And I know for me, there were many sessions where I walk away just feeling like a big weight kind of lifted from my shoulders, and just kind of overall felt better. I didn't necessarily have like a super concrete set of next steps or actions to take from it, but I knew I felt like I was able to better put at rest some of those moments from my past. So consequently, from a life coaching standpoint, when I got into life coaching, and this was kind of like a similar explanation that I had gotten from my coach when I started working with her, was that, in therapy, you're typically learning about, or you're practicing, getting resolved from events in the past. Whereas life coaching is kind of a little bit more thinking more about the present moment and going into the future. So, basically training you and helping you begin to start making decisions for yourself again, and being confident in your goals, and being able to start making decisions for yourself. So I know from my experience, I ended up going to my therapist a lot of times for to ask questions that I was almost like looking for his guidance on what to kind of do, sort of thing. But really, they didn't really give me a whole lot of advice, and the life coach didn't either. But from the therapy standpoint, they ask questions to kind of help you dig deeper, try to ideally try to answer some of those questions for yourself. So for myself, same thing with the life coach, but a life coach on the flip side was more angled at trying to use different strategies to be able to reclaim that focus and attention towards basically being able to set new goals and achieve them, even if very incrementally, and start building the confidence to be able to start doing that again. So I think at the time, I wasn't necessarily sure that if I needed help, talking through past events versus, structuring my future. I had originally reached out to this person who ended up being a life coach because I just really valued their insight and their perspectives. So I was excited to work with them in general, but that's been kind of like the major differences with therapy, working on more past events, and life coaching kind of more on the future. So Anyway, I just wanted to give a quick overview of what that was like for me and just kind of the differences that I found. I think there's probably lots of people out there that could maybe do both. And you know, I don't think there's one right or wrong way to necessarily do it, but that was kind of my experience with it, and I would definitely recommend for anybody that's struggling either with depression, anxiety, or just, you know, finding themselves in a situation where they're getting frustrated more than often, or they're having a lot of headaches, or, you know, just symptoms that they just kind of that they want to express in a safe space to pursue either seeing a therapist in your area or also working with a life coach. So let me know in the comments if you've had any experiences with seeing a therapist or a life coach, and any similarities or differences that you've experienced. I'd be curious to hear your thoughts. And yeah, let me know if you'd be interested in hearing, you know, kind of more specifically some of the learnings that I have from each of those entities that I was working with. So of course, if you like this video or found any use from it, feel free to drop a like and subscribe below. Comment as well with any thoughts or feedback. And until next time, we'll see you in the next one, and much peace and love.